Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm Will Dragon, and this is our settlement of Porsaw on Timberborn. We are on the Beaverrow map, and we are desperately struggling to sort out our lives so that we cannot have to deal with bad tide anymore. Stage 1 is getting this mine online, which, after building various bits and bobs over the course of the last episode, I realized I can just... What's our problem? Isn't connected to any districts, centers by path. It is flooded. There is no recipe selected. Oh, hang on. We still need to keep that open, so that's fine. We do need to unflood it. That is point 1. No recipe selected. That is point 2. Extract plus planks versus shiny planks. Well, then I guess we may as well throw some extract at it, because we're not going to struggle for that. And we may as well make you efficient. I was just thinking then, what clan am I playing? I'm playing the Iron Teeth. Nothing made sense for a second there. And so we're going to continue to build everything we can underneath here. While quite a few of these should now turn up. All of these are going to turn up. But yes, I do still need this because I will need to grab all of these, of course. I could, in fact, just attempt to build something else a little bit left, right, center, etc. And we could keep, in essence, building things down. Beautiful, that's finished. What are we? Ah, that's what we're hammering against. Of course, yes. We don't need to go all the way. We can just build it from this side. Look at them build. It's just so satisfying to watch them just go crazy and build stuff. There you go, that's the next one built. That's the logs placed in, that's the planks placed in, that's the metal blocks placed in. And then we'll undoubtedly start to get, a whole bunch of the metal placed down. It's just so satisfying to watch. And then once all of that's placed, we shall remove this and put in this one so we can get this last line. And then... Now, what are we in, by the way? We're in a drought. We're still cleaning things out. We have 11%, 12%, and 13%. These are set to close below contamination 14%. Contamination is 9% up here. So that will have the contamination come all the way around here. And... Yep, with all of that now being thrown down, and look at that. Beautifully built. And the last one. Let's go and... Can we mark for this for destruction? They'll still be able to reach that corner, won't they? Yes. Let's go and mark that for destruction. They should still be able to reach that. Oh, kind of. Not once I've built this, they won't, but they should still mostly be able to build that. Let's go on and pause this. That will now have them come and build this, which will get them access to this. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we simply need to access all of this, which means we will need to... The same as we've got here, but for here, and then we will have to shrink some things down and build some things up, and etc., etc. Now, we can't go quite and build this one just yet. That's fine, we can get it started. And we shall... Where are they all? Come on. Let's watch them all come out. And then here they're about to come. 10,000 beavers all released into this world. There you go. 2 built. Here they all come. Build this up as well. Rebuilt. We shall get this built beautifully, I tell you. Oh. Here comes the last one now. 4. haven't quite flooded over for me. What's the contamination this side? 7%. Oh, I'm so tempted to release them on that side. How are we looking? 12 out of 12. That just needs some things to be thrown at it. Let us get ready to remove this. Once those two get deleted, we can very happily pick up some planks. All of these should be grabbable as well. Here they all come. Beautifully done. Love the work. And then I need to go and build... No, a 3. Oh, I think we're going to be one piece short, but it's going to get most of it built. I can live with that. Whilst this gets finished up, as soon as we're pretty much done there, we shall go and then just unlock this and get them to finish chucking down these last 2 pieces here as well. Absolutely beautiful, and that will have... We've built this, haven't we? Yes, that's been built. It just needs to be finished up. Up here, we need to actually build the station on this side. Which, like I said, to do that, we just need to make sure we come down and finish this roof off first. Because we do, of course, then need to wait for this to dry out. But at least once it's built and all of this is built, my future scrap is guaranteed. Which is fantastic. 9% because I am down to 65 metal blocks and a whole 15 scrap metal. So there is that. Got a smidgen by here, which we can hopefully come and get whilst this is all absolutely beautiful. The walls are all built. Do I want 10 workforce in here? How much have I got? I've got 9 to spare. Let's go down to a 5 just to begin with. We've got a full amount of extract. Ooh, actually, not quite. Not quite. We could... We'll probably be okay with that amount, to be honest. Let us... I mean, that's all nice and full. Let's go and unpause that. Keep getting more extract. We'll unpause that. We somehow managed to get a contaminated beaver. Interesting. How did you manage that? Oh, are you... No, you shouldn't be going down here. That's all done. And if I... come all the way down. Yep, that's all good. But again, that shouldn't have any contamination involved. How did one of you manage to get yourself contaminated? Unconnected building. Building is flooded. And secondly... Okay, no, he is going up there. That's okay. Interesting. How did he get himself contaminated? Right, let us... Now we are actually going to get some beavers contaminated. Let's go and turn that on. That's going to allow them to come and build this. Let's go and delete that. Ah, fantastic. Right, we don't actually need that any longer. Don't need that pathing. Don't need that pathing. Once those 2 bits are built, fantastic. We then just need... build that. And yep, that connects into the bottom of that. What exactly are they building? Oh, they're building this. Interesting. What priority are you on? Very, very low. Rather you built this, to be honest. Ah, sorry, I do this all the time. I play too many games with different rotation buttons. So if you come up there. Let's have, before really any of this needs to be built. So if you come across to there. And let's start building this monstrosity. There you go, we've got a... I don't even know if I technically wanted that built like that, but well, I guess we'll just find out, won't we? Now I do have a lot of them building things, but... Oh, interestingly enough, when this is built, that should probably change, because there's only so much, you know, there's only so much that can be built, so to say, in one spot. So they will build other things whilst they're trying to get that done. Let's go and delete that. They'll still be able to grab that set of materials. Flooded building. 5 beavers are unwell. 1 beaver is contaminated. Well, hopefully that won't continue to increase. Contamination at 4%. And hopefully all of my builders... Nope, some of them are still coming through to here. But I would like to hope... Now they're all going to start coming down here instead. Oh, no, wait, we're still building this. Oh, come on now, guys. As soon as that's built, they will start to be unleashed on everything. So hopefully they'll then focus more on down here than anywhere else. And hopefully, because we do have 5 unwell beavers, we still only have 3 pods. So we can most definitely go and get 2 more pods. Construction lacks materials. What are we missing? Oh wow, we seem to have run out of planks. Because we haven't unpaused our buildings. That was very silly of me. Gears, yeah, we need to unpause that. We may as well unpause and make what of that we can. Don't need to worry about dynamite. And of course, let's unpause our coffee roasters. I haven't unpaused any of them since the drought ended. That was silly of me. I'm going to go and we're missing 3 workers. Interesting. I'm going to go and unpause both of these. Get some scrap metal as well. Contamination over here is on 5%. Not too bad at all. In the middle area, it's on 7, and down here, it's on 9. Let's go and send that down to a slightly less of a lower priority. But most of it now should be, I would think, sending people down this way. To come and get this built. I believe that my planks can keep increasing. Now, the metal, on the other hand, although the metal is just for the covers, so to say. Everything else is logs and planks. Most of that shouldn't be a problem, and this is down to a whole 3% contamination. So that should be okay. 1 contaminated beaver, 4 unwell, so... let us just... Oh, but then these take metal, don't they? They do, they take metal blocks. Still, let's go and make these a priority. People can still keep building the walls down here. as it beautifully starts to take shape, we will see it in full force soon enough. As my plank industry, which I was dumb enough to have turned off, struggles to reassert itself. There you go, there's 21 more planks down here, lads. Come grab them. And come grab them, they definitely will. Let us keep removing all of these, get as many of those planks going as possible. Make sure I don't accidentally click on this and start destroying this by accident. And if we have a quick look below, still looking very, very flooded. I assume it'll still evaporate, even though I know it's underwater, but it's sealed. So, I mean, you know, I don't know. I'm actually not sure if it will evaporate or not. Wait, hang on. No. Let's go up one more. It is all sealed off. Let's just do a quick spin around. So it is all sealed off. We just have to see if it's actually going to go down in level. I think it should. I mean, it looks like it might be a little bit. I mean, it's only been a day or two. So we'll have to come back in a little while and see what it's like. I mean, we've got this area over here, which is draining beautifully. And it was up to the height of here. So it's gone down by a couple of blocks already, and it's going to keep going. This is just our it'll eventually get drained background project. And then we'll have another dry well to do with as we so please. What are we up to? 5 contaminated beavers, 1 injured, 1 flooded building. Buildings lack workers. Building lack power. Oh, that's unusual. I have 93 treated planks, and that number is continuing to go up. I have 5 contaminated beavers, and so luckily I have 5 baths to treat said beavers with. This is looking beautiful and blue. And down below here, we are building beautifully. We are just about keeping ourselves in planks. And then, of course, this is what the end product will look like. Of course, we do need metal blocks for as well, which we are just about producing. Yes, just about producing. We do have some scrap metal, so we can still go ahead and get 25 odd more of those, but we do need 100 and maybe 200 or so. We still have another 45, 90. So we can get about another 45 metal blocks, plus what we've got here, which is another 25. So that's not too bad. That'll be 60. That'll get us started at least. If not finished. Let's go ahead and get some more planks here. 26 more planks. Come and get them, lads. Come and get them. And then I can put that there. And so therefore, nope, don't delete the rubble. Thank God I can't. I'm gonna have to. Whoa, no, calm yourself. Done. There's another 23 planks ready to be recycled. This is what it's coming to, everybody. Although they're not picking them up, so I mean we are slowly crawling our way into having planks. We are slowly crawling our way into having planks. as our final solution, bad tide diversion, does get created. And then back in the rest of the world, well, we have 10 missing jobs. We have 19 homeless beavers. Think. Yeah, these just take logs. The supports will just take planks. These will, of course, take metal blocks, as will the connections. They will also take metal blocks. But we can get a bit more of the structure built. As in the platforms that go underneath. And they will eventually come up and be built when they need to be. Right now, yes, full focus down here, of course. Then we're going to need some more metal blocks for the overhangs. But no, we can get most of this built. Like I said, we're going to be missing a few overhangs, a few metal... What do we call them? Impermeable floors? Yeah, you know, those metal things. And other than that, everything is just going very nicely. We still have a lovely amount. What are you down to? 3%. Do you know what? I think you guys can find vocation somewhere else. Now we are just missing 2 workers. We will, of course, we'll lose 5 when that pops up. We're going to get 3 more from being contaminated as well, though. 42 constructions lack material. Those will be more and more of the impermeable floors as they come online. For contaminated beavers. Let's pause these 2 buildings. That does help take away some of the supply. Sorry, some of the demand. As you can go and find vocation somewhere else as well. You paused your pause, so I don't think I've got anybody working that I don't need. Water's still nice and high. Food is still nice and high, so I can probably support a few more beavers. What have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times. I wish I knew. What are we up to? 7 times 12 is 84. And I have 84 beavers, in fact. Why does this only wig up to 82 then? 70 in beds, 22 not in beds. That's 92, actually. Wait, what? 8 for adults, 5 children, 2 contaminated beavers. Okay, that makes 91. Ah, we've lost one, that's why. Okay, so I have 91 beavers, which is higher than the calculation I've made in my head. So I don't quite know how that one works. But we have plenty of beavers. Now there's a bad tide coming. So we need to build for as long as we possibly can before the bad tide arrives, because well, the bad tide is definitely going to go and hurt us, as is building all of this, basically. Let's turn that off. And let's pause that. That'll stop anything being built above it. So we've cut it off at all 3 points. So we don't have any worry about them coming into the lake when we get this bad tide. And then, yes, we shall build as much of this as possible in the next 2 days. And then it is time to run like crazy and not be in here when horrible things start happening. How are we doing on that scrap metal? Hopefully we can get all of this before the bad tide hits us. We should be able to. It takes a while to come out of here, so we've got probably more like 4 days to be able to pick up all of this, so that should hopefully help. How are we doing? Is it going down? Oh, it is. The plan has worked, and now I get it's not the most convenient or fast plan. We do have to wait for this to drop down naturally, which, you know, is going to take a couple of cycles. This has taken about 7 days for half a block. So, you know, I understand that's going to take, you know, about 5 cycles. But we will get there. We will get there. And we can keep doing... We've got plenty of other building to get done in the meantime. Beaver is injured, but no beavers are contaminated. No beavers were contaminated in the making of this episode. I promise. Oh, so there you go. That is in fact built, although we don't actually need that ladder anymore. Because that was so that they could come along the bottom tunnel and then pop up. But that's not actually happening anymore. One more day of building. One more day of building. Oh wow, it's like, wait, what happened? Oh yeah, that's just water. I genuinely watch it just when you've got enough builders, they've got access to materials, and they've got access to enough points of building, just watching how fast it all goes up. It's very enjoyable to watch, just all of the buildings start popping up everywhere. That's got a metal block. I'll be darned. It is very satisfying to watch. All of you, just go home already. Let them finish. The last guys are getting out. Oh, hey. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Go and take that out. And what are you guys doing? Okay, well, they're slightly crazy, apparently. And, yeah, sure. So I don't know if they're going to come down and try and build this, but hopefully not. So we'll go ahead and that put back in once we let them down here, which of course will be a while because we now have to wait for the bad tide to disappear again. I mean, was it too much to ask for, like, 4 droughts in a row? I mean, that would have done us most of this. 4 droughts in a row. That would have been beautiful. That'd have been beautiful. But let's keep that going now. Is there anything else I can, in fact, direct their attention to whilst we're now unfortunately going to be put out of action a little bit in terms of building, because we don't really have access to this central area. And we're not going to have access to this now for another cycle or so. And if we get another bad tide, which we do seem to get a lot of bad tides in a row on this map. And I'm only playing on normal difficulty. That's why I find it a little bit odd. I mean, it does, I don't know. I feel like I get 2 out of 3 bad tides very easily, even not 3 out of 4. It does seem heavily weighted. Like I said, is there anything else I can potentially go ahead and build? I mean, I suppose, yeah, I suppose I just have to start asking myself what would be the future plans. I mean, obviously, this is where I want a whole bunch of my housing and my mine, which is going to be hidden underground. Nobody will ever know it's there. Then kind of what comes next, really. I mean, this will be permanently good water. Bad tide will be coming off the map this way, so this will be permanently good water. So all of the crops, etc. will look good. But, you know, it is kind of, how do we say, you know, it's all just kind of thrown in. We've not really ended up on the levels of glorious structure building quite yet. And so, like I said, what comes next? I feel like it should be something to do with this area. Now, I mean, that would cost me a lot more than I have access to right now. But, you know, we're not going down there quite yet, and plus this area still has to drain. Although it's doing a beautiful drop, I must say. I mean, I think the fact that it's got so much... for instance, you know, like this point where it's at now, because it's low on all of this edge area, it just evaporates faster. I think that's really helping it out. And once it, as you can see, the low areas are going to start to get bigger and bigger. Couple more cycles, and I genuinely think this is going to be completely dry. Which simply then just leaves it as, well, what do I build off it? Because, and how do I build off it? What do I want to start terraforming? I mean, I'm not going to lie. I don't have any form of plan whatsoever. Genuinely, none. Absolutely none whatsoever. So I don't want to drain this at all. I want this to stay at the level it's at. Now, of course, I can quite happily take this down. And so, therefore, potentially extend this land here, which will allow me to get more farms, more tree farming, more lumberjacks, more forestry, all that kind of thing. Like I said, we can definitely get a second mine down here. And then maybe even build up a huge industrial district in this zone. Start moving all of this over here. Although, of course, then the problem is perpetual power, which kind of has to come off this. Now, to be fair, I think we need to start extending our perpetual power, if I'm perfectly honest. So how about we start looking in that direction? So, let us zoom in here. Now, why don't we give ourselves a bad water project to start sinking our teeth into? Problem is, it is actually at a perfect level. Problem is I don't have any metal to build overhangs. I don't really have a decent source of metal to keep things going. So, you know, there's only really so much I can build, because obviously building overhangs is definitely going to be the best way to do it. Yeah, really. Overhangs is going to be the best way to do it. In fact, yeah, so much so that I don't even want to build what I've put down here. It really does need to be an overhang. I can still go and throw it all down. I'm going to go and say and pause that. Yeah, I don't want to waste the metal on it. I want to save my metal for my actual big project. I will want to, however, let's go and build the supporting structure for it. Oh, well, yeah, that's actually a very large drop-off. All of this is made out of materials that I do have. So we quite easily go ahead and do that. Now, this is a 6 point, 6 point. So, let's see if I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Something along those lines, anyway. Oh, we went too far. We went too far. Why would I go too far? Just ridiculous of me. Yes. And so then let's go and build... Is that what I want? Nope. Even then, I've gone too far. What is it with me and going too far? You think eventually I'd learn my lesson, but no, it doesn't seem to happen. Oh, edge of the map? Alright then. Love it. Edge of the map. Let's pause and pause. Ah, of course, yes, they can start to build the uprights. Now get them full access. That's what I need to basically build. Unfortunately, can't be built because I am lacking in metal. But that is going to be the basic structure, and that will allow me to get 1, 2, 3 more water wheels. Which is not bad because, you know, they are supplying with a nice 500 horsepower each. That'll double my power. Of course, there was a whole idea of maybe plugging all of this to come up all the way over the top. But that's not going to go and happen. How have we managed to do? 22%. Wow. Well, that's because that never bothered closing. Close above contamination, 13%. But nope, we didn't actually... end up doing that. You can go up to 13%. It's okay. Yeah, contamination 53%. 53%, ladies and gentlemen. In the space of a couple of days, it went up by 50%. And yet it will take me 4 to 5 cycles to get that to go down, at least. Go on and pause all of these, so that these can get something to do. I'm going to go and pause him, because you're really unnecessary. When we have 23% contamination and rising, you're highly unnecessary. Let's get all these guys pumping. And yes, we will... We have that built as a future project, or marked as a future project. We're going to go and lose quite a bit of our farmland, unfortunately. Oh, let's go and unpause this guy. Get some more water down here. And just look at that contamination. How are we doing? Oh, we're down by a whole block. Very nice. So the building won't be flooded too much longer. Nothing to do in range. Ah, right, yes, both of these guys can very luckily have nothing to do in range because they did. Well, questions would be asked. Questions would definitely be asked. It would be, they'd be rather contaminated by this point. I mean, what huge contamination levels from one bad tide. 50%. It's insane. It takes so long to clean out, unfortunately. So what else can we keep building? Because once again, we have all of this to get done. I mean, what is that? 1, 2, 3? Is that what we're looking at here? A height of 3? It is a height of 3. Let's come and... No, we just need to get rid of that one. The other ones can be destroyed. All on their own. Let's come and keep removing some of this. We'll start to reshape this place as we see fit. As we see fit. I'll delete that. Mark all that for destruction. Let's get rid of this last tree as well. And now the question is how much do I how far do I want to go, basically? That is really the big question we have here. How far do I want to go? I'm just going to go for a very, very long run around this way. Pause. Pause. Again, I don't want them taking any of my metal away. I don't have much. And I want to try and keep all of that for what's going on down here. When we eventually get around to being allowed to do it again. So do I take all of this down by 3 levels? I mean, most of this could probably just be 2 levels, to be honest. Some parts of that I cannot even reach. Where do I want to start turning this into 3 down dynamite? Probably all of this, to be fair. so up to here, we've got three down dynamite. It does then command this. We do, of course, just need to be slightly aware that we have our warehouses there. I do need to be aware that that is not working, so that needs to be turned back on. And let's leave it as we've got it for now. That can continue to be 2 down dynamite. So all of this will come to this level, and then at this point it'll all just drop off to this level. And that's gonna give them a hell of something to do. But that is a lot of dynamite. A whole lot of dynamite. Yep. That's a whole lot of dynamite. Like I said, that'll give them something to do whilst we wait for all of this contamination to drop off. It is at least going down. I mean, there's always that as a positive. What's coming through here now? 29%. Which is exactly what we're contaminated with. Of course, this is just going to go faster and faster as we keep working, because we have started with the furthest away dynamite. Just, again, I love when they've got access to enough things and they just keep turning up. Just how fast it starts turning up. And that'll keep the wall for this, so that's good. That'll keep all of this, that'll keep all of this. I'm then going to have to go and do something. We'll mark that for demolishment, because that won't matter soon. By the way, we'll leave that to be demolished at the end. Because I could technically come off this and come back to this if the chance occurs and we haven't actually finished. Because who knows? We probably won't run out of dynamite. Well, dynamite, we should be alright with dynamite numbers. 357. And like, are there 357 bits of dynamite put down here? I don't think so. Extract will be closer because, you know, some of these take 1 or 2, 2 or 3, 1 or 2, 1 or 2. So, you know, that's going to be a closer number. But again, we're making extract, so that should be fine. Let's get a second worker in there. We've got 3 guys. Let's get him in there. Let's get him working. You're still making a little bit of metal, so that'll all get thrown down here once we can. And yeah, we're still going to keep this in essence as the valley wall. We're just going to slightly take down said valley wall by a few notches. Just a smidge, you know? Now, once we've done that, we'll see what it looks like and we'll go from there, basically. But yes, all of this is now going to be at this level. And then, of course, eventually we will get into here. And as you can see, it is still continuing to fall beautifully. Oh, look at that. Look how far they've gotten already. It just brings joy to watch them work so beautifully. Look at that, just all turned up. All done. Amazing how much dynamite you can place in a day. And as I said, it's only going to get faster as we get closer and closer to the source. The walking path has technically gone down from 181 to roughly 155. And it will go down all the way to 97. So by the time they're finishing, their walking distance will be halved. And it's not bad at all. Not bad at all. And I don't think there's any more I mean, I know there's scrap in here. There you go. There's some scrap in there, and there's some scrap in here. And in here. Look how beautiful and blue this is. That cleans out real well. This is about twice the size and does not clean out so well. Well, it's a bit of a shock that how it does take that much longer. I mean, this looks almost completely uncontaminated. Is it really that much bigger? Yes, yes it is. Very much yes it is. It's about 3 times the size. But how are we doing? 19%. Not bad. Not bad at all. Oh, they have passed the halfway point. Now I am tempted to say blow. And there she goes. And I can go and say, all of that can now disappear as well. Absolutely beautiful. And then what we're going to do, because ladies and gentlemen, I have realized how long this episode is because I have not been paying attention to the time, and I have simply been building things to my own joy. What we are going to do is simply place that there, so they will eventually come and put this dynamite down as well. And we're going to leave it there, ladies and gentlemen, after having finished on a bang, as I do love to do as often as possible, and hopefully we'll be able to come back and kind of start on a bang too. And so until next time, ladies and gentlemen, when we come back, continue to reshape this planet to our own design, and hopefully then come down here and start finishing this off when we have lost a little bit more contamination. And so until then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for joining me. I hope you have enjoyed it. And until I see you again, as per always, I do hope that you will stay safe, happy, and healthy.